A civil society organization selected to monitor the sharing, transfer, and management of recovered money stolen and deposited in foreign countries by Nigerian politicians, Cleen Foundation, has praised the Nigerian government's efforts in utilizing the resources recovered for social projects that directly impact on poor Nigerians. The executive director of the foundation, Gad Peter, made this known at a civil society organization roundtable on the status of asset recovery in Nigeria held in Abuja. Peter, who called for improvement in the implementation of projects, says most civil society organizations should get involved in monitoring of the use of these recovered funds.
Most people in Nigeria, when you say that somebody has stolen $2 billion or 2 billion naira, they don't tend to appreciate what that amount of money means to us. But when you're able to show them what that money can do for the benefit of all of us in terms of roads, in terms of education, in terms of health facilities, or in terms of security, then people will now realize there is a huge amount of money that has been taken out of the country. And so you know that recovering such kind of funds is not always easy, because you need to provide evidence that the money has been taken from your country. You need to appeal to the host country where the money has been kept for them to understand why that money should be returned back to the original country for the use of the people. And one of the other challenges is that often too, when assets have been recovered, some people reloot it again for other gains, and that has become a problem. And so what we've tried to do in partnership with the US and the Nigerian government is to ensure that all of the recovered assets, all of the looted funds that are brought back are used for the benefit of you and I, for the benefit of generation yet unborn. So as you travel around from the north to the southern part of Nigeria and you're on top of the second Niger bridge, you'll be proud to say, this is your money, this is your resources. For every of the recovered assets that is going to be put back into the system, a CSO must be part of the implementation or part of the monitoring. And once you have that happening, it means that it's going to give a lot of inclusiveness. And when you look at the open government partnership, which is the OGP makes it very clear that in every decision government is going to take, there must be some level of inclusiveness, accountability, and transparency. And the other part of this conversation is having the CSO on the table. The government is here, CSO is here, and they're having conversation on equal terms, not that somebody is up there and somebody is low. No, you're co-creating. It means that everybody have a voice. And therefore, our report is as important as the report that government is going to get. Because for every time we go on monitoring, we come back with a report that is not only given to the Nigerian government, but we're giving to the foreign partner to say, okay, this is what we're doing. And you trust and you know very well that even if on our part we fail, on their part they will not fail, because they pay attention to details and to due diligence. What we need to do is to institutionalize this process to ensure that at the end of this government, any other government that comes on board is doing the same thing. And I think the CSO has come to be in Nigeria where we have a strong, loud voice. We're very engaging and very supportive of government effort where the need arises. So I think government would not necessarily see CSO as opposition or antagonizing government, but as partners in progress. So it's to the benefit of government, as a matter of fact, if you have CSO on the table supporting your project, working with you.
You have to look at what was recovered and the difference of what is needed for development in Nigeria. And therefore, the budgeting process, of course, shows us that a lot more is required to be able to meet the development targets that was set out by this administration. It is not expected that recovered assets, which does not really have a specific timeline for the recovery, would address all the problem of infrastructural deficits in Nigeria. By working with non-state actors, which is defined essentially as civil society organizations as well as the media, we expect that civil society organizations provides an opportunity and a platform for us to engage with both the media and civil society organization. The issue of whistleblowing is something that's still very much within the framework of what the government has put in place on anti-corruption framework. It is still within our laws, and so I think we are strengthening it. We're working to make sure that now that we have the Process of Crime Act that is stronger than what we used to have before, any shortcoming that we have noticed, that Process of Crime Act will give opportunity for government to strengthen whatever shortcoming that is out there now.